county. Let your blessings descend upon us here assembled, and grant that we treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation in so just and faithful a manner as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our county and of those whose interest you have committed to our church. Amen. Sergeant Tana, confirm quorum. Can proceed. Order number 1, prayers. Order number 2, speakers' welcome address. Your Excellency the Governor, Senator, and honorable members, it is with utmost pleasure that I welcome you to the first sitting of the first session of the third Assembly of the County Assembly of Tana River. I hope you have had reflective and restful moments during the training session we had, and more importantly, had time to learn and engage with honorable members. Your Excellency the Governor, Senator, and honorable members, it is important to remember our achievements of the sixth session. However, we have not passed our county budget for 2022-2023. Passing the budget is one of the greatest tools of any county government. Therefore, I urge this House to consider passing the budget in the earliest time possible. Your Excellency the Governor, Senator, and honorable members, we all agree that a strong and efficient assembly is essential to county's democratic development, and the County Assembly of Tana River has continued to work towards fulfilling its government oversight and legislative roles. Finally, Your Excellency the Governor, Senator, and honorable members, I would like to remind you that the center of devolution is at the heart of service delivery to the people of Tana River. The responsibility and role that is bestowed on this House is not only huge, but sacred. Sacred because the sovereign will and power of the Tana River people and residents is in our hands, in our deeds, in our deliberations, and in our decisions. As you have done before, I wish to encourage us to continue being driven, dictated, directed, and persuaded by the needs, desires, and realities of the people we seek to represent. May our meeting here every day, every week, remind us of the representation of all given to us by our people in the villages and towns in this great county. That is our duty, that is our calling, and that is our sovereign responsibility. Your Excellency, Major Retired Dr. David Adai Governor, our Senator, Governor, our Senator and honorable members, Standing Order 19.1 allows the governor to address the county assembly at any time. This sitting is therefore properly convened. Consequently, it is now my singular honor and privilege to invite His Excellency the Governor of Tana River to address this opening of the first session of the third assembly. Thank you. Honorable members, before His Excellency the Governor makes his address, I'll go through standing order number 22. 1. Whenever the governor addresses assembly, the governor shall take the seat on the right of the Speaker of the House, and the senators of the county shall take the seats on the left of the Speaker of the House. When delivering an address to the House, the governor shall be heard in silence, and the address shall not be followed by any comment or question. 3. Whenever the governor delivers an address, a member may, as soon as practicably thereafter, lay the address on the table of the House following the reading of such address. A member may give a notice of motion that the thanks of the House be recorded for the exposition of public policy contained in the address of the governor, but debate on the motion shall not exceed 4 sitting days. I thank you.
The Honorable Speaker, Osman Kalole, the Senator of Tana River County, Senator Johnson Tuya Mungatana, members of the County Assembly, County Committee, Executive Committee members, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Give thanks to God today for enabling us all together in this house for this historic occasion of the inauguration of the third session of our County Assembly. Mr. Speaker, may I take this early opportunity to first congratulate you for your election to lead this honorable House as the Speaker of the session of the Assembly of the county. I know you have all it takes to steer this assembly to greater heights of expectation. Let me also commend both the elected and nominated members of this assembly as you continue taking up the ladders into the Council of the Whites. Mr. Speaker, this eminent House of Representatives has the responsibility of determining the fate of and the well-being of thousands of residents of our county through the power that has been bestowed on you to deliberate and make decisions that directly impact on the lives of them. It therefore gives me great pleasure and honor to be part of this auspicious occasion that marks the beginning of that term since direction of devolution in the country. Mr. Speaker, after a hotly contested election, where our people bestowed on us the task of building this county and providing development agenda that they have desperately need, the only reward that we can give our people is dedication, humility, integrity, and selflessness in discharging our duties. It is gratifying to know that we have new faces in the House and that gender is also taking the center stage in our politics, as can be demonstrated by the impressive number of female representatives we have in this House. It is also satisfying to see a good number of youths who have made it to this August Assembly. Again, Mr. Speaker, much congratulations. Mr. Speaker, in line with the oath of office that I took on the 25th of August 2022 after the election, I will endeavor to work with these honorable members irrespective of their political party affiliations to build synergies that will ultimately transform our county for the benefit of our people. Mr. Speaker, I made pledges in the 2017 election campaigns and I'm pleased to pronounce that these strides that the county has made in the past 5 years form part of the fulfillment of the promises. We have actualized most of the promises. A healthy working relationship between the executive and the county assembly, as well as the goodwill from the people and partnership that we have had with various development agencies. Mr. Speaker, we equally had a fair share of challenges that were witnessed across the board, starting the COVID-19 pandemic and ravages of nature, especially prolonged drought and locust invasion that led to the famine that we are currently experiencing. I cannot forget the floods. I'm happy to note that the government had put in place measures to mitigate the challenges through partnerships with different stakeholders and additional sustainable programs, such the ongoing village housing program. Mr. Speaker, another challenge that we have been addressing with an impressive measure of success has been the previous dysfunctional administration and penalties which were inherited. When I took over the administration in 2017, I found the county in a state of inertia from a demoralized human resources and pending bills running into millions of shillings, while other counties were carrying on with their development programs. As if that was enough, internal indifferences standpoints formed part of the barriers to the achievement of our well-intended goals or development agenda. Mr. Speaker, thanks to this new team of vibrant leaders approved into this assembly and who our employers, the people who comprise the livestock keepers, farmers, fisherfolk, entrepreneurs, and professionals are depending on us to determine the course of affairs. Mr. Speaker, the days of backroom deals and opaque decisions are long gone, particularly now that we're in the digital age. And my administration promises to walk with you in a transparent and colloquial manner to actualize our development agenda. The task of transforming Tana is a collective responsibility and still remains our resolve. Mr. Speaker, one of us, every one of us is an ambassador. Tananders, wherever they are, whether in the diaspora, major cities in Kenya, and those who reside in the county, irrespective of culture, ethnicity, religion, economic status, are brand ambassadors and a strong pillar needed to take this county to the next level of prosperity. I urge everyone to take this task with pride, knowing very well that when the history of this county will be written, you will have played a role in the transformation of Tana. Mr. Speaker, devolution is a catalyst ordained by the Constitution of Kenya to bring about equity and equitability and equitable sharing of resources to the people of Kenya, irrespective of our geographical location. The powers have been bestowed on me by the people to ensure that I deliver as per my manifesto through public participation. In that regard, Mr. Speaker, I call upon all political leaders, members of the civil society, the clergy, former leaders, our residents, and our sons and daughters in the diaspora to accord support this administration and make positive contribution towards the prosperity of this country. Mr. Speaker, in my first term as governor, I set the roadmap on where we want our county to go. Despite all the challenges that we had encountered during the first term, we were able to achieve a robust roadmap to enable us achieve our goals and put Tana on the highway to the intended social, political, and economic success. Mr. Speaker, in compliance and with the spirit of devolved governance, accountability, and transparency, the county administration of Tana River has adopted a performance management system, the PMS, and all employees have been sensitized on it. Performance contracting is now the main tool for measuring performance for the county senior management staff and performance appraisals for the rest of the staff. I wish to inform you that we have factored in the enabling foundational programs in our county integrated development plan, CIDP, on which our vision and mission as a county are anchored. So, Speaker, to achieve this vision will require us to work together in partnership. And I urge you to be transparent about the decision we make and the reason for them. For this is our home, and we have a call of duty to see it progress. Decisively, the electorate deeply appreciated when what we managed to do under extremely difficult conditions by overwhelmingly voting us back with an ever bigger margin. During our second term, we are going to restructure the government by creating one new department and new sub-departments and directorates. Mr. Speaker, my government will continue to enforce and improve the cashless revenue collection system across all major revenue collection centers within the county in order to seek the loopholes of revenue losses and corruption. We will continue to set realistic targets for revenue collection and further demand accountability for achievement of these targets. We will also strengthen the contract management system to weed out difficult and incompetent contractors. Mr. Speaker, I look forward to the implementation of an innovative and functional system of receiving, tracking, and processing invoices from contractors, service providers, and merchants, guided the public finance management. This will create transparency in payments and reduce the undue delays in payments, which have caused untold loss of capital and income to our contractors and merchants. Mr. Speaker, further, as part of engaging with our people in the grassroots, my administration will institutionalize all committees with forward and back linkages with the center. This will be backed with robust monitoring and evaluation and ICT systems that capture and update us all on county government and the county assembly performance in real time. Scheduled visits will be made to establish the status of projects and programs across the county. Mr. Speaker, this approach is set to avoid incidences of ghost projects, ghost workers, and projects that do not add optimal value to the lives of our people. We will adopt a value for money approach in implementation of projects which will reduce the widespread practice of inflated bills of quantities and collusion between contractors and government officers. Mr. Speaker, my administration is going to be pragmatic, working through leadership, caucuses of elected leaders, ward committees, professionals, interest groups, stakeholders, and various subject matter experts on each pillar of my manifesto. will ensure that we deliver on our key deliverables for a better Tana. I undertake to instill the culture of order. I repeat, I undertake to instill the culture of order, discipline, rule of law, efficiency, professionalism, value for money, and excellence. I will institutionalize a people-centered, responsive, and value-driven public service. In this case, Mr. Speaker, service will not be rendered as a right. Will be rendered as a right and not a privilege. Mr. Speaker, public participation, equity, and inclusiveness, efficient services, accountability, and transparency will be key in the county enforcement officers, and the county enforcement staff will be trained further, and the supervision structure strengthened to ensure they operate within the law. We will continue to engage the national government and investors, both local and foreign, to support our county development plan. Mr. Speaker, I am happy to report to this House that we have created so many job opportunities in the county. And to actualize this, I this morning directed the Public Service Board to, with immediate effect, advertise the 371 jobs that are readily available for filling by our qualified youths. These jobs are the result of the transformative programs that we have initiated, ranging from milk cooling plants, fresh produce value addition projects, processing produce collection centers, honey processing, country inspectorate, and other vacancies. I am further directing the board when recruiting to consider women, youths, and people living. We will implement a robust performance management system where performance targets are clearly spelled out, and when anyone falling short of the targets will have no option but to work hard, keep up, and deliver. Mr. Speaker, I have established a service delivery unit under the Office of the Governor that will be responsible for monitoring service delivery across the various departments and devolved units. It will also monitor implementation of projects and recommend appropriate measures to ensure timely completion of projects. To increase funding for bursaries and education subsidy, including expanded support and internship mentorship program for needy, gifted, and bright children to acquire skills, training, and certification. We will also enhance transition rates at all levels through collaboration with all education stakeholders to build better equipped schools, TVETs, tertiary colleges, and polytechnics in every sub-county. We're in touch with investors willing to construct private universities and centers of excellence, innovation, and science technology centers, including research. So far, we have proposed budgetary allocation to improve the Tana Youth Empowerment, Innovation, and Empowerment Center and sustainability programs, such as hydroponics, structure of hostels to support capacity building training for the youth, strengthening and lobbying for partners and partnerships. We have come up with youth policy that addresses challenges facing our youth in the county, with clear strategic roadmap to involve youths in socio-economic development. Mr. Speaker, it is important to inform you that my young, bright, needy students have been locked out of pursuing their dream careers due to stinging poverty. And in order to address, we came up with a government scholarship that would have already transformed the lives of many students who are pursuing highly marketable technical courses, including engineering, medicine, ICTs, and many others. However, Mr. Speaker, this bill is yet in the flow of this House. And my appeal to you, Mr. Speaker, is for this Assembly to look at it with a view to make good our well-intended agenda. Mr. Speaker, in the health sector, my administration will allocate adequate resources for hiring and retaining practitioners, equipping our hospitals and health centers, and enhancing healthcare delivery through improved management and superintendence of all our health facilities. We'll enhance our partnership with the national government, donors, faith-based institutions, and all other non-state stakeholders in the health sector to step up investments in healthcare and the training facilities for preventive, general, and specialized care. We intend, Mr. Speaker, to provide more ambulances for each ward. We also develop and implement a drug use management system, information system in hospitals and dispensaries to track distribution and habits and create a pool of integrated extension service model in preventive and curative health services in a model that encompasses all other county extension services such as nutrition, wise water use, energy, agriculture, and environmental conservation, water, sanitation, and hygiene in brackets, or what is commonly known as the WASH. This will ensure that the wananchi access similar services from extension officers. Mr. Speaker, on social welfare, we intend to undertake a robust social cultural development and to reinvigorate the role of our elders by forming a better cultural council of elders, rationalize and improve the social goals, and convert them into sustainable value and income. Music, creative arts, traditions, culture, which ensure every adult is engaged in income-generating activities that support dignified lifestyles for persons living with disability and persons living with HIV and AIDS. Mr. Speaker, on water, access to clean and safe water. We commit to create water banks, to beef up water reserves for the county, and use extra supplies as a commodity revenue earner through sale of other counties. We will actualize the water and sewer master plan for the county, rehabilitate existing and sink new boreholes and water plants for improved water access, enhance water harvesting and associated storages, distribution networks, and treatment plants. On infrastructure development, we shall develop the Tana River Transport Infrastructure Master Plan covering road and air connectivity in order to ensure an efficient transportation system. Similarly, on electricity connectivity and supply, we will still give priority to rural electrification, Though at the core function, rural electrification is yet to be transferred, and consequently resources for electrification have not been transferred to counties. Mr. Speaker, in an effort to promote peace, safety, and security, my administration shall continue to operationalize security forums envisioned in the National Police Service Act, create self-security awareness, community policing through the Nimakumi initiative, provide decentralized firefighting equipment and services to sub-counties with trained fire marshals that we already have, and act under disaster risk management policy, and scale up security and street lighting projects in all our centers. Mr. Speaker, my administration in close liaison with the national government will focus on increasing electricity access and connectivity in line with the national target, and continuously lobby the national government and other development partners to increase the fleet of transformers, extension of high voltage lines and substations, diversification of the energy mix from grid to county, and reduce usage of firewood, charcoal, and hydrocarbons for cooking and lighting to green energy. Mr. Speaker, on information and communication technology, we will achieve fast, reliable, efficient, affordable, and 100% availability to ICT networks through fiber optic cables connecting the county and sub-county headquarters provide affordable ICT services through integrated data centers, internet, and innovation. We commit, Mr. Speaker, to establish linkages with scientific, technology, innovations, and research communities for knowledge share, technology transfer, and development of innovative local solutions. Using appropriate technology, partner with ICT stakeholders to provide adequate telephone and big data transmission to meet existing and projected capacities and demands, and establish off-site surveillance tools to monitor and evaluate service delivery. Mr. Speaker, county governments depend on revenues allocated annually by Parliament under the Division of Revenue Bill, and to a little extent, our own resource revenues. The resources received are not adequate, while the scope of raising revenues internally is limited by the Constitution and the law. My administration commits to prudent management of public funds. We will allocate financial resources to high priority programs that benefit wananchi. Corruption, misappropriation, and wastage of public resources will not be tolerated, Mr. Speaker, under my administration. Mr. Speaker, this administration will give special focus to youth and empowerment on financial and entrepreneurship development. We shall formulate financial literacy and entrepreneurship development programs for men, women, and youth, build talent academies and centers of excellence for upskilling and capacity building for youth in business planning and investment proposals. We will promote business and investor-friendly registration and regulations to enhance ease of doing business, encourage a county savings culture for the youth, strong work ethics, and professionalism. Apart from that, Mr. Speaker, apart from the ongoing 12 minor education schemes that my administration is implementing, the county, in collaboration with the national government, has started a program to increase the number of education schemes to 24 under a small irrigation and value addition projects, SIVA. The project, worth in Kenya shilling 300 million, will entail the construction of water pumps, drilling and equipping boreholes, fencing and reseeding of pasture grounds, among others. The funds are expected to benefit over 1,000 households and 11,000 livestock, respectively. This will in turn reduce poverty, enhance agricultural productivity through irrigation, will enhance access to farming inputs and subsidized services like cattle dips and artificial insemination services, introduce better pedigree breeders, create a pool of integrated extension services in quality control, research, and advisory services by professional extension officers. Mr. Speaker, we have already engaged the National Education Board to avail to us idle parcels of the farms to our farmers, mainly youth and women groups, and the county will provide subsidized farming goods, avail tractors to enable our farmers get enough food and fodder for the livestock through the Kilimo cha Gavana initiative, a commercialized agricultural program. Mr. Speaker, this is almost equivalent to the hustler, what we call the Mr. Speaker, on the drought situation, we continue to work together with both the national government agencies and partner agencies to respond and mitigate to the effects of the drought situation. Mr. Speaker, in conclusion, this trade will judge us very harshly if we betray the trust of the people, the trust the people have bestowed on us. Our legacy will also suffer irreparable damage if we squander the people's trust on selfish short-term gains. I reaffirm the commitment I made during my swearing in that I will ensure the true spirit of devolution is realized, particularly by giving the people power to identify local priorities and invest invest in projects that will transform their lives. Mr. Speaker, like all startups, evolution has not been without challenges. However, the expectation of every Kenyan is that evolution is the solution to all their development agenda. I respectfully submit that this could not be the case. If the counties will continue to be underfunded to carry out all their functions, it is also imperative to take note that institutions and organs of leadership are created in good faith under the Constitution. Continue to bicker over boundaries of the mandate. It is now my honor, Mr. Speaker, to declare this third County Assembly session of the Tana County Government officially open. Mr. Speaker, I thank you. God bless Tana and God bless me.
Order number 4, adjournment. Honorable members, this House has now adjourned until today, 2:30 p.m.